Hi, Kevin here. Welcome back to the kitchen. Well, I'm getting ready to make the peach dessert that my grandmother used to make. She called it a peach cobbler, but it's not really a cobbler because it doesn't have the biscuit topping. Instead, it has a wonderful cake-like topping. The dessert dates back to at least the 1950s, and it's really easy to do. So the first thing you need is 1 stick or 113 grams of butter melted in a 2-quart baking dish. Then take a 29-ounce can of sliced peaches and drain off the syrup. And then pour the peaches directly over the melted butter. I told you this is an easy dessert. I'm going to make the batter in this 8-cup Pyrex glass measure, but you could use any mixing bowl. What you need is 1 large egg, just whisk this. Yeah, you don't need any special equipment for this recipe. No electric mixer, that's for sure. Then add 1 cup of milk. Any fat content you like. I'm using whole milk because I like fatty things. Then we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of regular granulated sugar. I have a whole cup here because I'm going to add some sugar over the top of the batter. That's my cat Tiger crying, as always, and give this a whisk. Then for a little perfume, I'm going to add, just a small sprinkle of cardamom. Cardamom has a beautiful floral fragrance. Probably less than 1/4 teaspoon of the cardamom. Then add 1 cup of self-rising flour. And if you don't have self-rising flour on hand, I will give you the formula to make your own. And I will put that formula in the description box below. Self-rising flour already contains baking powder and salt. I like it because it's just very easy to work with. Whisk this. Yeah, your grandmother or your mother or your great-grandmother probably made this very same dessert. As I said, the dessert dates back to at least the 1950s. All right, we're all set. Now, pour the batter over the peaches. And then, if you want, sprinkle some sugar over the top. I'm sprinkling sugar today because I made this dessert the other day and it did not get as brown as I really like. So I'm going to let the sugar caramelize in the oven. So this is going to go into a preheated 350-degree oven until the top turns golden brown, and that's going to take 40 to 45 minutes. And we'll come back when the dessert is done. All right, here's the peach dessert bubbling away. As you can see, it got nicely browned in the center and then just golden brown around the edge. I'm going to let this cool on a wire rack, for about 30 minutes, and then I'll have a taste of it. So while we're waiting for this dessert to cool, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my maternal grandmother. She's the one who introduced me to this so-called peach cobbler. She was an interesting character, okay? She was born in 1913, and her name was Margaret Thelma Duval. And my memory of her is, well, she liked to smoke cigarettes and she loved to read. So she would smoke and read romance novels and movie magazines and apparently scientific journals. I say scientific journals because when I was a little kid, around 1971 or so, she talked to me about chlorofluorocarbons and the damage they were doing to the ozone layer. So she knew about global warming way back in the early 1970s. So interesting person. And she didn't like to cook, but she could bake, and she baked the world's very best sugar cookies. My mother used to tell me her secret ingredient for those cookies was cigarette ashes. And they were really delicious cookies. Maybe I can reproduce them for you someday. Anyway, she didn't like to cook, so a recipe that involved opening a can of peaches would have been right up her alley. All right, we'll come back when this dessert has cooled. Oh my, this is always fabulous. Well, I hope you will give this peachy perfection a try. The only change I made to the recipe was to add that little bit of cardamom, and it really contributed a wonderful fragrance. So let me know if your mother or grandmother or great-grandmother used the same recipe. I suppose many people did. It was a super popular recipe. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye for now. Oh, and thank you for letting me prattle on about my maternal grandmother. Okay, bye-bye.